By virtue of being finalists of IPL 2009, RCB made it to the Champions League T20. The tournament also featured the Vayamba 11s, winners of Sri Lanka's inter-provincial T20 tournament. Vayamba's hero of the tournament was a left-arm seamer by the name Isuru Udana. RCB may not have played Vayamba that year, but 1 decade later, they end up buying Vayamba's star to bolster their bowling attack. Touted as Sri Lanka's next Chamindawaz for his brilliant skill with the ball, Udana was first included in the Sri Lanka A squad that toured South Africa in 2008, even before he had a first-class game to his credit. But the journey did not quite unfold as the start had promised. Udana's career is a story full of ups and downs, and after rising through some prolific performances at the domestic level, Udana finally gets a chance at the grandest stage of them all, an opportunity at the World T20 in 2009. And the left-arm seamer would allow the world a peek into his ability, moving the ball off the seam, variety of slower ones, exactly the need of the hour in T20 cricket, as Udana plays a big role in helping Sri Lanka reach the final of the T20 World Cup. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Udana. He missed out on the squad for the 2010 edition of the tournament, but continued to do enough to remain on the fringes. And the big break finally came when he played India in 2012, as he got a chance to make his ODI debut for Sri Lanka. The story of ups and downs would continue for Udana. For the next 4 years, Udana stayed out of contention and did not play a single international game for Sri Lanka. It was only in 2016 when Udana was back in the fold once again, but unfortunately, even that did not last too long. A single opportunity in a T20 game versus New Zealand is all he got before making his way back to the bench for almost a year. But it was Udana's attitude of never giving up that once again opened the doors of the national side for him in 2017. Since then, in the past 3 years, Udana has certainly been in the Sri Lankan scheme of things in the T20s, cemented his spot in the ODI squad, and also featured in Sri Lanka's squad at the 2019 Cricket World Cup. Udana's entry into the RCB squad was surprisingly a smooth one, because the pre-auction planning had certainly suggested a very different picture. Director of Cricket Operations at RCB, Mike Hesson, had some wonderful things to say about the Sri Lankan.
Udana, once again, we've been keeping an eye on him for a long time, but he's someone we've been looking at. He does that job at 8. He's got really good change of pace. He is coming up much later in the auction. We're going to know exactly how we're placed.
And how dearly RCB wanted the Sri Lankan was evident from the fact that they were willing to go deep into their pockets, and quite naturally, the challengers were expecting stiff competition at the auction, but ended up getting him pretty easily. Isuru Udana has been around at the international level for more than 10 years, but has yet stayed away from the grandest stage of franchise cricket. At RCB, Udana has the opportunity to prove that he might be late to the party, but has all the glamour to be the showstopper.